Hello guys, good morning and welcome to a Saturday Skyblock stream. I know, amazing, right? Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. One being that, if you recall in Enigmatica 2, where we're working in the Land of the Gods, I have spent 2 streams, so a total of 4 hours on that food factory, trying to get one of the top tier foods automated. And I'm not done, and I promised that I would get it done by the next stream. And I spent 2 hours on it last night trying to change it over. You know me and tech. Me and tech have a complicated history. So we're not doing Enigmatica today because I was not in the mood to be on that server and look at that world and just, I'm like, okay. Not doing it today. So today you're getting a Skyblock stream. Whee! I haven't been logged into this server, probably since Monday. So let me give you a few updates about what I've done. And I think what I promised you guys would get done did get done, but I'm also not 100% sure what we're going to do today. So it may just be a, what do we do now sort of stream. Anyway, if you remember last time, we did relocate our automated strainer and sluice setup. Again, strainers are not able to be fully automated because you need to use the tailor's workshop to craft the strainers, but everything else was automated, and we had gotten to doing the ore processing, the chunk processing. And that's all up here on the top floor. Okay, right here I have the hearth coil turned off because I have the Ember ore factory turned off. I don't need a lot. I've got a lot of stuff, so I don't need it running constantly right now. So I just use this lever on the output it's just stopped right now. Yeah, so that's kind of where that is at the moment. I did do the upgrade of the, what is this initially? The activator, the Ember Activator, which is, like I've explained, like the coal generator of any tech mod. It's the lowest tier generator for embers. And the pressure refinery is I believe it's the top tier, but it has tiers within it. And the thing that makes this lower versus middle versus high tier is the conductive block that you have underneath the refinery. Okay. If you want to learn any about the numbers of how well it processes embers with different conductive metals, I suggest you go to Mischief of Mice on YouTube and look up his bit by bit for embers for Minecraft 1.11.2. That is the most recent numbers for embers. Even though this is embers rekindled, those things haven't changed. So, you can use just about whatever metals that are conductive that you have. I have gold under here, which happens to be one of the highest tier conductive metals. And then you put lava in the 4 cardinal directions. I have one underneath this block here. And then you can see there's one here, there's one underneath this slab, and there's one under here. So that is how a pressure refinery works. It's currently not pumping out ember because it has nowhere it needs to go. This crystal cell is full, or copper cell is full, and the ember ore factory is probably full. Now if I turn on the hearth coil, it'll start working. But yeah, I don't need the hearth coil running when I'm not processing any chunks, and there are no chunks in here because I've not had this running for a while. I need to refill these, so that's something we could craft real quickly. I need to make a whole bunch more strainers, but again, I'm not using these resources as much right now. So that's kind of, the way things are. We have a lot of space here yet for things that we might need to do. For example, and I'm not 100% sure I even have enough space for that. The embers ore processing. It's a relatively large setup for Embers ore processing, but we're going to need to get to making the mixer centrifuge to do Dawnstone. It can only be done with the Embers mod. We're going to need Dawnstone. So I have that on. I don't need the F7 on. Okay. I have also made a Cinder Plinth, and that is simply just to make ashen stone. It's one of the building blocks I have wanted for the factory. Ashen stone is just ash with stone around it. Okay, and the ash you get from embers. Now, it doesn't show you in JEI the basic method to get ash, and that is to throw garbage, whatever the heck you want, in a Cinder Plinth, give it embers, and it'll just burn it up, and ash is the trash result. So, yeah, I'm currently burning clay blocks because I have so many of them and they don't have as much use, thus why I'm, using it for building materials. But yeah, that's kind of why I've been burning clay. So up here, let me show you my pressure refinery setup. I do have a storage crate back there that also is connected to this. It's the same as before, I've just pushed it out here and it's got that much in it currently. Like I said, I've turned this off. I can turn it back on again. And then back here is a water pump from the In Time presents. So that's where I have my water pump going into the fluid tank. Your pressure refinery needs water and ember to run. Yep. So that is what I have there so far. And I think that is, oh no, I automated purified water. I got tired of doing 1 or 4 buckets at a time. So here's my automated water. Again, there's a water pump behind this Ender.io fluid tank. And of course, Ender.io you can set to auto push pull. So it's just pushing full water buckets into the furnace, which I've just been throwing mini coal in. And then the fluid tank down here is pulling the purified water into it, dumping it in here, and then the empty bucket, because it auto pushes ejects, I don't need servos, so it just pushes it back out and goes back in here. So, woo, that's my little setup for purified water. And so I have 16 buckets of purified water all of the time. Yay! I also moved a Creosote Tank. This is the open blocks tank. It is connected by pipes to our reservoir that is outside. Let me show you. All right, so yeah, here's our reservoir, if you recall from earlier, that has our creosote in it. And I just hooked up the pipe from the output down to this open blocks tank as well. So when I process it for ember or for creosote, when I need coal coke, so now I can have access to creosote for recipes as well. Those two things were things that I'm like, we need those. Now, I also would like to set up I don't know if I need a tank, but we need to store the sap. Solder is also something that I'm not sure I can automate. I would like to make a reservoir for lava. That would be nice. And what else? I brought up my first crate, which I'm sure it's the other one down there is full of the supplies that we got from Ember Boar. Okay, this is what we have down running at Bedrock, getting more resources. And this is just a general snapshot of what we're getting down there. So I will need to figure out, after I get an ender chest, because we have the one that we got from the loot, but I need to make one as well, processing all of these things. Okay, so we're going to need to store the moss stone, the prismarine. We're probably going to send the dirt, sand, and gravel from this to storage drawers, or I could deposit it in the drawers we have up to be processed again. We need someplace to put our ember crystals. We need to process the ember grit. The uses of this when you process it is you get ember crystal clusters, and those are actually used in quite a few necessary things. Not necessarily here with the combustion chamber, the catalyst chamber. I've never even heard of these, so I'm gonna have to read what these are. Combustion chamber and catalyst chamber. Never heard of them. Maybe these were added to Embers Rekindled. Anyway, this is a fuel, and there is a machine from Modular Machinery that you can use those to get the most amount of ember. So it's a fuel. It's like you've got ember shard, then you've got ember crystal, and then you've got ember crystal cluster. That's pretty much how that goes. If this is better ember production, which maybe it is, I'll have to learn about that, because the pressure refinery is nice, but if this does even more, we might learn how to use it. Who knows? So, and then these we're going to throw away, the void static. They're useless. They're pretty. They do the little sparkly thing, but you don't want to walk into them. I haven't tried, but people are like, oh, I've heard it's lots of fun. Go ahead and walk. No, thanks. I'm not interested in doing it. It says don't stand in this, so I'm not going to. And then we have all these ores that we need to actually process. Now, I could just send them through a furnace, but we want to double it at least. You know, we want to get the most out of this ore, so we're going to need to process it. Now, I could send it to the hearth coil, and the hearth coil would give me one, just like a furnace. But there are ways to get double ore, which one, as I've mentioned, is through embers, using the embers or metal processing where it melts the ores down and then you turn them, stamp them into ingots. Or it's about time we get RF or FE, depending on where you stand on that. We need power. It's about time we start figuring out power. Now, I have had a few suggestions. One of those is windmills, but we can only really use that on the surface. And we haven't really gotten the farming going yet to where we need power up there. I'll just show you. I think you guys haven't seen. I've started working on the 4 petals. 3 will be farms, 1 will be a production factory. So I've started doing that. Farm, 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 and then the factory 1 will be here. I just, like I said, just very basically started. Haven't done anything up here as far as automating any of the farming. Nope, haven't done any of that. But like I said, I've been working on getting these other petals set up. That was kind of cool. The rocket squid shooting out of the water. So yeah, that's what I have up on the surface so far. We have a lot of farming to do, and I do have a feeling I'll be doing a lot of that off camera, because watching mutation of agricraft crops is not exactly entertaining television. Oh, I put a bit too much creamer in that coffee. Anyway, our mini farm here has about a half durability on this guy. I want to hopefully catch it before he dies and put him in a new lasso. We have some lassos here. Like I said, I've been using this for the archaic brick. This is another building material that I want. Archaic brick. These really pretty bricks. I like them a lot, and I want to use some of this edge. So that is why I have him running for that. Building materials. This is the next wing we're going to work on. I've already put the first ceiling / floor in. This is the ashen blocks and the ashen tiles. I will have lights in the ceiling somewhere. Don't know what yet. But I think this is where I would like to do probably my first power stuff over here. The suggestions for the underwater power: water wheels from Immersive Engineering, which I have always found to be absolutely atrocious looking. I just don't like them. So I don't think we're going to do water wheels unless it's necessary for a quest. And it would probably be necessary to actually never set one up, but to craft one. So anyway, the next thing, which is probably where we're going, is magnetic craft thermopiles or Immersive Engineering thermoelectric generators. They are passive power. They use temperature differences to create power, usually like ice and lava. It's a good example. If you use IE, you can use uranium and ice or packed ice. I do not know if that works with magnetic craft. The people that in the Discord, thank you, and MC for suggesting the thermopiles. I'll look into those. He uses lava and packed ice to generate power. Now, if we do that sort of thing, I would like to figure out how to do a stacked version, if possible. And we could create sort of like power silos, kind of like out there. I know that's not meant to be like long-term power solution. I think we're supposed to work towards getting diesel and I don't know. I think we're supposed to work towards diesel. Says to make ethanol as a potential progress. Ooh. Ember Energy Generator. Embers and coolant. Ooh, hang on. Didn't even look in the quest book, guys. It looks like we might have a way of generating RF using the ember we're already getting a bunch of and already have a pressure refinery to improve its output. I want to look this up real quick. The combustion chamber. Embers combustion chamber. I would probably need to look at the Embers Rekindled tutorial video because I'm not seeing any actual text to read. So that'll have to wait. Okay, that's not a problem, but interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I told you that today's stream would be kind of interesting. It would be kind of all over the place. What shall we do? The other things I have on my to-do list, maybe you guys can help me figure out. Setting up some basic enchanting. Improve tools. There's got to be things other than vanilla / thermal expansion version tools. And I think there's even a quest chapter that has better tools. I would like to look into that. Make an ender chest so that I can at least get the stuff from the ember boar up here without manually doing it. And then I have RF written down. Just trying to figure out the starting of RF. So, something I just remembered is that this down there, let's take another box and head down there. I do not know if it's a current bug, but the amount of lava that we put in there, the 2 buckets, it was still creating energy for like hours afterward. Now that I don't know if it's intended or a bug, but because I don't like to abuse a bug that might be in the game, I did set up lava generation so that lava will go into here. Okay. It's extremely slow. As you remember, this goes really, really slow. This is the Arbor Extractor on a Natura nether tree. Okay. And it'll just slowly go into the input hatch and apparently build things up. This is full. Yay! So I've just been breaking it off every so often, putting a new one down, and look at that. All the backlog. Anyway, that's the Ember Boar right now. Up, come on, you can go up. What's going on here? There we go. All right, so now we have 2 of these. Let's grab the shards like I did before, and I've just been putting them up here. This I know is not full, so we'll just pop them in there. All right. So the space we have here, we have lots of space here because all of this, that can all come down. I'm going to probably put the blast furnace in here, but it needs RF for the improved version. And we'll do RF gen in that wing. This wing can very definitely be embers only, and then I can figure out a way with the Embers Generator. Hi! Hello, Roboto Carter. Hello, Silver! You don't sneak into a room very easily when you declare yourself. Alright, so if there's an Ember Generator, I will need to get Ember throughout the base. If I create the embers, for example, with the pressure refinery, I need to be able to get that in different areas. Or not. Okay, here's my thought. I need to make another storage drawer or 2, but have this storage be where the ember shards, ember crystals, and ember grit end up. Process the ember grit and turn it into the clusters via the hearth coil. Okay, so this will be our embers generation. If we set up the Ember Generator, this thing that they're talking about here, Ember Energy Generator, we can move the RF other places probably a lot easier than we can move Ember. Conduits, of course, they are a thing that we'd be able to move the RF a lot easier then. So that is a problem probably solved. Yeah. So do we want to make an Ember Generator since I'm already producing... Oh. The thing is I got 1 pressure refinery. I only really have a couple more outputs on the refinery to send Ember. What I really would like to have is a beam splitter. Beam splitter. A beam splitter allows for 1 input to split into 2 outputs. That's really what it does. Because otherwise you can only send Ember from one emitter to 1 receiver. So it's like you can't ever send it to multiple locations. You can you via the copper cell? I think you can via the copper cell. And I think you can use machine accessors. Not that. The what are they called? I know I have one, so let's go look at it on the tooltip. This thing. Oh, it's in the water. That, what is that? I have another one inside. I just remembered. Those give you more access ports for Embers machines. The mechanical core. Okay, that. That gives you more access points. So I think you can put that on cells and then you have more access points. The reason I'm, looping through this in thought is because up here, I'm already using 2 outputs for the refinery. Okay, I do not know if it will work on these 2 sides without expanding the room and making it a little bigger. I think it would hit the wall. I don't know if it would go through the wall. So the only really access point I have is one here to kind of go up and around, perhaps, if that even works. So a better option would be to get a bigger cell, a bigger battery with multiple outputs. So in order to do a beam splitter, we need Dawnstone. In order to do Dawnstone, we must do embers or processing. Because it works with liquids, you need the mixer, you need this guy, the mixer centrifuge, which only accepts liquid metals. So the only way we currently have to make liquids is with the melter, this guy. A centrifuge is for embers is the way you do alloys, and embers is copper and gold. Dawnstone is copper and gold. So we have the metals, we just don't have a way of mixing them together, and they do not work as solids. So I can't use like the alloy kiln and mix a copper ingot and a gold ingot. I already checked, doesn't work. Have to use embers to make Dawnstone. So we might do that. And I've just spent, a half an hour discussing what we might do. Okay. Wow. All right. Let's get started. Step 1. Make the supplies we need to process metal. For embers, that is, we're going to need 2 melters, 1 for each metal that we're going to need to alloy. This is specifically going towards Dawnstone. So 2 melters leading into a centrifuge. Then the centrifuge needs to go into a stamper, which will produce the Dawnstone ingots or plates. Yeah. I wonder, can we send the melter? Is there a way to make blocks without just crafting the ingots together? There might not be with embers. No, because I think when you just push it into a fluid tank, it stays as a fluid. It's not like a tinker tank or a tinker's casting basin. Okay, so 2 of these. 2 of these. We'll get started with that. Figure out where they're going to go. Figure out how to get embers to all of that stuff. And go from there. What do we need for these? Looks like for 1, we just need a furnace. So let's make a furnace and we'll do that. Oh, it looks like we'll be able to make them both. We just need 2 furnaces. Okay. There's our melters. Then we need the mixer centrifuge, which needs a mechanical core. And what else do we need? Just the mechanical core, which is steel, iron, mechanical components, and winding gears. Steel. We need more of these. The recipe for those. Iron plates, fasteners. Whoop. All right, and then we need winding gears, which is copper and iron gear. And I think I might have some redstone in here. Okay. All right. Winding gears. That's, oh, blacksmiths. Do that. And then mechanical components, we need the iron ones. Okay. And then to make the mechanical core, make the mixer. Mixer centrifuge. All right, then we're gonna need fluid pipes, which I only have 2 of, so we're gonna need to make more of that. We're going to need a fluid dial, might be helpful. We need an extractor. We need a fluid extractor, which means we need a copper gear, and I think I used up all my copper gears, so we're gonna need to make copper gears. We're gonna need the fluid pipes. Whoop, fingers in the right spot will spell pipe. The adhesive and glass. So we need to make some glass for one, and then the Camonite blend, we're gonna need to make some of that too, because I'm pretty sure I don't have any of that going. All right, let's go grab some sand. Wait, I think there was sand in these boxes. There's a little bit of sand. All right, sand. Then we need, oh, well, we need more sand for adhesive, don't we? Because Camonite blend is clay and sand. Okay. Let's do 32. And then what else do we need in the chemist table for that? Oh, perhaps it's purified water. All right, so then we get the Camonite blend, and then for adhesive, is that bone meal? Yes, and more purified water. And let's take you out in case we need you. And do I have bone meal in here? Let's leave those regular bones alone and go get some of the fish bones. Because those regular bones I'm cautious to use since you can only get them from mob farms right now. All right, bucket. Camonite blend. All right. And that looks like all that I have. So let's put you back in here. And it should, yep, there it goes. Okay. And then the glass we have going in here. And that was in, was it in this table? Yep. Fluid pipes. Okay. Extractors, fluid extractors, which needs copper gears, which I think you do copper gears in the in here until I can actually use RF to make them. All right, let's get rid of all this excess stuff. And then it's fluid extractor. Oh, engineers. All right. Now we are going to need to do Embers Emitters, and I don't think I have any. So we'll need to make those, but let's go put these up here near our Embers set up. All right, so we need Embers to go into two melters, and we're gonna need to put the ores in it as well, and then we need to have it go to a centrifuge to mix, and then we need to have it go into a stamper. So yeah, this will be fun. The fluid extractors. I think you extract from here. I think Embers goes in the bottom. And I know I need levers on those. Alright, so then I think it goes in the bottom to mix. Alright, so then we need a stamper, and then we'll do the base. Okay, so we need to make some Caymanite. Can we make you? Alright, that's the top part. And so we need to do a couple of bricks, so that's not the way you make the bricks. You need to do it in here. Yeah. Okay. Need a bucket. All right, put you in there, and now we can make the base. All right, so the base of this can go here, and then the stamper can go, that's too high up. Goes there, right? I believe it needs that one block space. And so you send the fluid into there, and then it gets stamped. And that'll need Ember. That'll need Ember, and those will need Ember. Those all will need Ember. Okay. Next step, making the emitters, or the receptors. 1, 2, 3, 4 receptors. We're going to need to make the stamp. We need to make the bar stamp. So that'll need to be Caymanite blend, and then we just smelt it. Okay, and then the receptors are Caymanite plates, copper gears, these things. Yeah, they're not quick and easy. All right, so we have some steps. And do we have any levers in here? We have one. There we go. So let's take those up. And then we can start crafting the wires and the coils and whatnot for the receptors. All right. There, and we'll put you there. Okay. All right, so receptors. Step 1. These coils, which needs the wiring kits and silver plates. The wiring kits are the redstone wire coils and aluminum wire. Do we have any of those? Which coil is this? That's one of the ones we need, so that'll help. What do we need for this? Redstone and treated wood. Do we already have? We have some sticks. We need to make some planks. Redstone. And then we're gonna need silver plates. All right. In here. We need to do the redstone coils. That gives us 6. And then to make the wiring kits, we need aluminum. Aluminum wire. Aluminum wire. That gives us 5. Is that about how many we need? And then this is how you make the coils. Okay, so we have the coils. We need to make sure we have the copper gears, which I'm pretty sure we don't. Must be missing a tool. Blacksmiths with the hammer. That would be it. Okay. What else do we need? Redstone torches. And these. Do we have sticks in here? We don't. Let's go grab some instead of crafting them, since we get them from our trees over here. hate that it does that. It only crafts one. It's so annoying. Alright, anyway. Plates, redstone torches, copper gears. We might have everything. And that'll give us 3. So we need some more plates. The Caymanite plate is the blend. We can make a bit. That raw? Ooh. Let's get you going, and we'll make a bit more to make sure we have more. All right. While that's smelting, let's go put these on. And then one there. I have my Tinker's hammer, and for some reason I have the Artisan's hammer. Let's get that put back in here. Okay. You know what? I have that satchel, don't I? I do. I should use that as a toolbox. I should. Alright, so then this needs Ember. Alright, step 1. We're gonna see about connecting you and let you fill up. And then when you stop making any color, I'm going to send it to the other one. We're just going to fill them all up, see how far we can go. I need a few hoppers to put the ore in. Do I have chests? Look, I have a hopper on me. And I still crafted another one. And if I recall correctly, it would work just doing it on the top. But we're gonna do it here and here. And we need... Is it equal parts? It is 4 and 4. It's equal parts. Alright, so this one, if we put copper in there and let it melt, it's melting. Great. Alright, so now if we do that, can it reach? It appears so. Yes. All right. Can you see liquid in there? Yes, we can. Let's do that. And we'll send it into the centrifuge here. Which, if we had a dial, we could probably see what it's, if it's got the liquid. Alright, and then if we do that and send it to the centrifuge, it's making noise. And we have Dawnstone in there, yes. And now if we do that, Woo! I think that's it. Yep. All right. These 4 Dawnstone are going to help us improve this setup. So now we can make Dawnstone, we can make alloys. This is not set up to do individual metals. This is just set up to do Dawnstone or any other alloy. I don't know how big the buffers are for embers inside these machines, but once this stops, I can set it up to go to one of these other ones just to fill up the ember buffers inside the individual machines. But yeah, so if you've ever seen embers ore processing, there you go. It's not compact in any way. But yeah. All right. So this Dawnstone is going to help us make beam splitters, and I think we needed it for crystal cells. The crystal cell is the higher tier of the copper cell. It's ember storage, and you can make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The block stays the same size. It generates a crystal floating on top of it. And as you increase the size of the cell, that crystal gets bigger to display that it's a bigger cell. And I think this needs Dawnstone plates, yes, and a block. So it needs more. We're going to make more Dawnstone so we can do this. I'll need to make a plate stamp. So yeah, this crystal cell will definitely help us with building up a larger ember supply. And then like I said, I think we can connect a mechanical core, like what's connected to this, to it to give us more access to the block, to give us more space to put more of these activators on it. And we can then we can put a splitter, a beam splitter here, for example. And, oops, I'm stuck. And it would split the beam and send it here and here. That's one example. The other one is we could put another one, why am I going where I get stuck? We could put another one here and have it go here and here. And that way it would reduce, the amount of these giant nozzles that are everywhere. So that's what we're going to work towards. We're going to make a crystal cell, and we're going to put it up somewhere so that we can put a mechanical bore on it, a mechanical core on it, and see if connecting an activator actually works. I've only heard it works. So we'll put it up in the air here somewhere and then connect to it. This one is just to send ember down to that floor. It's pretty much like a conduit. In here, out the bottom. So we need to make a plate stamp, and we need to make some more Dawnstone now that we know that that works. Okay. Plate stamp. I'm out of the Caymanite blend. So I need bone meal and sand, right? Why can I never remember what I need for this? Sand and clay. I have sand, so we just need to go get some clay. he might blend to make the stamp. Raw stamp press. Okay. Let's just do that right here. Get it cooked up. Put you away and you away. We need to make 5 more ingots in order to, well, we need to make more than that because we need 2 beam splitters. And 1 beam splitter was 2 Dawnstone. And then we needed a crystal cell, which is 2 Dawnstone plates, which is an ingot each. So there's 4 ingots. And then 2 and 1 block. So we're going to need 13 total ingots of Dawnstone. We're going to be able to make, we're going to need to make 14 because, you know, putting 2 ingots together, you can't get an odd number. So we need 7 of each metal, which we already have these. We need 5 of each metal going into right up here. Alright, so the plates are for this, right? And the beams need ingots and an iron plate. Okay. So that's for the beam cannons. This will be for the blocks. Oops, I don't need the chisel. Put you on. And that'll make 2. Alright, so see that's full. It's not doing anything anymore. So let's do this one. There's our 2 plates. Now we're going to put the bars back on. And we need to do I needed to do. If I had a bin directly underneath here, it would put it into a bin. I don't think it would put it into any other kind of chest. And a bin only holds 1 stack, so it's almost useless. I could use a vacuum hopper of some sort to pick this up as well. Alright. Do we have everything? We might have all the Dawnstone we need. Let's see here. Beam. Cannon. 1. Dang it. 2. Beam cannons. Then the crystal cell needs... Oh, I need 1 more Dawnstone. I miscounted. So let's go make that real quick. I'm wondering if one of these two is empty. Otherwise it would have sent it. Okay, and then, nope. Go to the other one. Yep, that one was out. It's starting to smoke. There it goes. Woo, okay. We need to eat something. Dairy, fruit, grain. We need a little bit of everything. So we'll get the grain and dairy. And then a little bit of fruit and veg. And protein's the only thing we're lacking at the moment. It's because I haven't cooked any fish or anything right now. Merp. Anyway, let's make our block of Dawnstone and then the crystal cell. Do we have everything? We have to make everything. Let's make a couple of copper blocks. And we need ember crystals. Okay. You. Alright, so let me show ya. There's the crystal cell, okay? And it holds a certain amount of ember, a lot more than the crystal, the copper cell we're currently using. This crystal, animated crystal, the more crystal ember crystals you right click on it, it makes the amount of ember it can hold more. It increases it that way. It's an upgrade step process. I don't remember it making a noise. This humming sound is new. But yeah. Last time we played with one of these was in Exoria. So my hope is to put it here. We'll poke this hole out and put it up there. We'll probably have to take all of this out, which means flooding this space temporarily because those have water. And then hopefully a mechanical core can access the whole block. Is it going to place? No, because I need to clear out the whole spot. Alright, what do I have that might get washed away? I don't think I have anything, and these are covered so they won't turn into obsidian. Okay, here we go! Are you ready? These three have water under that, above them. And then if we do doink, there we go. Alright. Hi, Darkwing. Yep, there's an access point, so we'll be able to put a mechanical core there. Yay! Okay. Let's make another mechanical core. And I don't think we have all the parts. So we need the steel and it's the iron. We need more iron plates. It's the iron we don't have because we need the metal fasteners. And the winding gear. I will probably want to make a cooling machine. Yeah, for up there on that floor, that level, yeah, because it's gonna be hot. That's why I kind of put it all away. It's gonna get hot. So I probably want to do that, only the cooling version. Hi. Would you like to make me some iron plates, please? the lead ones away. It's getting hot in here. Yeah. What is the cooling coil? It needs ice cubes dropped from ice, so I'll need to go like mine. I'll have to mine some ice. That's cheap. That is not expensive. But yeah, all the ember. And when the hearth coil is on, it gets really hot in here. So, yep. Yeah, you get ice from strainers, but that's not what this needs. This needs ice cubes. Alright. Oh, no, 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 Mr. Torch. Dang it. Okay. Oh, I forgot that this does this. Dang it. I got two. Alright, let's deal with the water for a little bit, because I completely forgot that because it's touching a block, it's gonna turn to water. Oh, yay. I spaced that off. Oh, vanilla mechanics, how you tease me. Alright, and then we just need to get rid of all the water. Alright. Yep. I could have placed it and mined it in the water. You are correct. But I placed it long before I remembered the vanilla mechanic. Okay. F7. Okay, I think we're good. We have our ice, and I think it was just cobble, wasn't it? And a piece of redstone because it's controlled by redstone. Alright, coil. You and a lever. Do I have a regular one? No. Get a regular lever. Let's put all the excess stuff in. I wasn't done with the fasteners, wasn't I? Don't need the bone meal. Gonna need some place to put that stamp press. This thing. So let's see about making a Bibliocraft is in here, right? I could make a shelf. Okay. Bibliocraft isn't in here. Pam's is. So is cooking for blockheads. We could do a I wonder if we can use a spice rack.